guys, top 10 most difficult.
Use that one.
We're looking at some of the most challenging popular sports as ranked by ESPN and its
that guy's
panelists.
flying.
These are based on a balanced evaluation of the endurance,
I'd hope
strength,
boxing is up there.
power, speed, agility,
it will be.
flexibility,
So just gonna be having
nerve,
words.
durability, hand-eye coordination, and analytical aptitude required to excel in the sport.
Those are big words.
Number 10, football, also known as soccer.
Number 10, you know.
Requiring little
Number
equipment
10.
and with basics that are easy to learn, football has unsurprisingly become the most played sport in the world. That being said, while it might be easy to get involved, mastering the nuances and techniques of this game is anything but. Otherwise known as soccer, it's all about speed and control. It actually requires a higher level of agility than any other sport we'll be discussing today. Considering the size of the field and long periods of often continuous
is very
play,
big.
it also
I've
demands
struggled.
extreme endurance. Add to that the
You know.
analytical aptitude necessary to coordinate with your teammates and navigate your opponents. And you've got a game that is both
It looks
physical
so small from far
and
away, and then
cerebral.
when you're on it, you're like,
Number
oh my
9,
goodness, that's
baseball,
good.
softball.
There's
It
no
might involve
way
a lot of
baseball
skating
is
strategy,
harder
but
than
don't let that fool you.
Nah,
Baseball and
I wouldn't have
softball
that.
are both
Are we
seriously
biased?
tough.
Are we
While the
biased?
endurance required is marginal,
Are we biased?
I
Nope.
don't think so. I think the rules are much more rigid.
Have you
I don't
seen
know.
like how in shape baseball players are?
But that's one side of it. That's one like
One
dimension
facet,
of the game.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, whereas footballers, they're all in shape.
I still would put football above baseball.
100%.
the level of hand-eye coordination
Here
they
we go.
demand is off the charts. And apart from those two outliers, baseball and its variant softball requires a mid to high level of performance in pretty much every other one of the categories discussed. Analytical aptitude and raw power are both essential, as the sport is rooted in careful planning, split-second decisions, and short but powerful
They're not doing a great
bursts
job of
energy.
showing off. Yeah.
Time, but players never stop.
I'm not very impressed.
These athletes are giving it their
I think
all.
they're talking at the top
Number
level
8,
though.
gymnastics.
Okay, yeah, this is
I'll give
hard.
that-
I'll give it
This
that.
is hard.
Flexibility.
Gymnastics difficult, yeah.
As
Yeah.
baseball is to analytical aptitude, gymnastics is to flexibility, and then some. Considering the fact that flexibility seemingly becomes an issue by default as we age, you can only imagine the sort of rigorous training
Yeah,
that
fuck
professional
that.
gymnasts go through
These people
to
aren't
maintain the
real. They don't
awe-inspiring
have
range
their
of
bodies are
movement
not built the
essential
same
to
as
their
mine, bro.
sport.
Their bodies are
Of
Of
liquid.
course, while professional gymnastics would be literally impossible
Bro.
without a high level of flexibility, that's far from being the only factor.
I'd probably
Just look at
snap
the
in
sort
half
of
if I tried
positions
any of
these
this.
athletes put themselves into.
You
That
can't
requires
jump straight
power
in, it's
to
the
achieve,
training.
strength to
Days of
maintain,
training.
and nerves of steel to
Have you
eat.
seen the guy on TikTok that has been walking on all fours for like 130 or 160 days or something?
No.
Like, he can jump on his hands now.
What?
Number 7, tennis. Like baseball, this racket sport
Harder
requires
than football.
wicked hand-eye
Don't think it's harder
coordination.
than football.
When being served, tennis balls are regularly traveling at well over 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, you know,
The
I almost want to
WTA
agree.
recognized world
Gymnastics
record
is
is
harder than all of these,
157.8 miles
but-
per hour for men and 131
Again, they're
miles
not
per
doing
hour
the
for
the
women.
best job of
Now,
displaying.
in order
Yeah.
to sort of hand-eye coordination and
It's showing us
reflexes
at the basic
required to
level.
not only hit a tennis
That
ball
did not go
traveling at
over the
those
net.
speeds, but also redirect it. Then there's the power necessary to
There's
hit
no
them at that
way.
speed to begin with. If you've ever played tennis before,
I like
you'll know
tennis.
that
Tennis is
endurance is
fun.
also a major
Yeah, I want to
factor.
get better at tennis.
It takes excellent cardio to be able to
Sidemen
keep moving
tennis
around the
tournament.
court
I'm so
like
down.
that.
Look,
Agility.
we always did it. I don't know why we
Number
never did
6,
that.
martial arts.
We should do it.
This one should
Yeah, I'll
come as
put
a
this high up.
surprise to
Yeah.
no one.
Yep.
To be involved in martial arts at a professional level involves extreme levels of dedication, physical fortitude, self-awareness, and control. Regardless of which form of martial arts you're talking about specifically, you're going to need power, speed, agility, and durability to make it through a bout. Of course, the analytical aptitude also needs to be there, since you're going toe-to-toe with an opponent both physically and mentally, meaning that you've got to be able to analyze and adapt your approach as you go. Number
Fair enough.
5, wrestling. On the subject of combat sports,
Yeah.
how
I
about
don't- I
this
don't
long
know.
practiced form of grappling? It's an interesting one because, like martial arts, it requires
would
a
put
fair
martial
amount
arts
of
above
power
it.
and flexibility,
Yeah.
but it differs from the former in that it demands significantly more strength. Unlike in most sports, when wrestling, your muscles are exerting force for long periods of time rather
Yeah, I
than
hear
in
it.
short, powerful bursts. The
like a
specifics
constant-
vary depending on the
you're
type of
constantly
wrestling
working.
you're doing. But
So
in
UFC
all
is
forms
both.
of competition, a wrestler is grappling for superiority over their opponent or to push them out of the ring, both of which require tremendous strength to accomplish. Number 4, Basketball. There are few professional
Interesting.
sports that demand a more
I put
varied
basketball
performance
up
from
there.
their
Bro, it's
athletes than
non-stop,
basketball.
up and down the
This
court.
relatively young sport, invented in 1891,
Yeah, but
is second only to football in terms of agility.
I mean, they said it themselves. I mean, in agility, it's second to football. I don't know.
Realistically, like none of us in this call can actually.
Yeah.
To be
rate
fair,
these
yeah,
because
it's,
we don't
I
have
think-
a balanced understanding of all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. And to be honest, I try basketball and I'm terrible at it. So.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Fucking
say. I
awful
feel like people can pick up football faster than they can pick up basketball.
The style of play requires a high level of endurance and analytical aptitude, while the physicality of the sport demands strength,
It's more
power,
difficult
and
straight away
speed.
because you got pretty
Where
much
it
be,
really
like,
stands
6
out,
foot
however,
something.
within the context of
Big
other
barrier to
ball-based
entry.
sports, is the hand-eye coordination involved.
There are some like sub
The
6 foot
target is
people.
incredibly small,
Isaiah Thomas,
considering the
5'8".
distance from which the athletes are often
What? And
shooting.
he would like.
Number 3, American
Duncan.
He can
football.
play. I think he can dunk.
Evolving out of
Jesus.
traditional football, meaning soccer, and
I'll
rugby,
give it to American
this
football.
distinctly American game takes a
sport is
serious
fucked.
toll
Yeah,
on its
man.
athletes.
This
This-
sport is a
Protective
headache.
equipment and all,
It's more than a
extreme
headache, bro.
physicality
It's
of the
brain
game
damage.
is devastating. Injuries
Yeah.
are very common, meaning that
There's
it
too much
requires a
going
high
on with
level
this.
of durability.
Have
The
either of
game
you watched
is
Last Chance
truly
U on
explo-
Netflix?
No.
No.
Alright, it gives you like a deep insight into this game at like college level. It's
While
tap.
it may have a lot of stopping and starting from the moment that the quarterback gets the ball, every player on the field, defense and offense alike, is giving 100% to the task they've been assigned. As
That
such,
guy's
the
getting
sport demands
done.
both strength and power of
We've
a
watched the
level
videos where
rarely
it's like
seen
biggest
in other
like
sports.
NFL
Yeah,
hits.
bro, and it's
Number
fucked,
2,
bro.
ice hockey.
crazy.
Requiring only marginally less
I'll put this
durability
up
than
there.
Yeah,
football,
I
but
can't
still
even
a
ice
whole
skate,
lot
yeah.
of it. Hockey is arguably the most technically complex team sport that an athlete can play professionally.
the puck.
The
Fuck
speed
getting
and
hit by
style of
one of those.
gameplay
Wow.
require an
God.
incredible level of analytical
Terrifying.
aptitude. And the often lengthy periods of uninterrupted play demand an exceptional level of coordination between
Watching this
players.
hurts my ankles.
Of course, because of the physical nature of the game, strength, power, endurance, agility, and speed are all prerequisites. Really, there are few aspects of athleticism in which hockey players can afford to not excel. Number 1,
Oh.
boxing.
Oh, he's gassed. He's like,
Hey!
oh yeah, I do the toughest sport in the
That's
world.
it, bro. That's
all he
why
wanted to
I
say.
get
That's
them
all he wanted to say.
monies. Right.
Get them
Got
monies, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Out here.
When was the last time you fought?
It's been a while. I can't lie. Yeah,
That
bro.
sport requires
Boxing
an
is
off
tough,
the charts
bro.
level of performance
Let's go.
in more ways than one. The
The
length of
movement
each
alone
round
is long,
requires a
yeah.
high level of endurance, while the nature of the competition
such a
demands
mental
peak
game as
power
well.
and strength.
Yeah.
Speed and agility might not be quite as crucial as in some of the other sports discussed today, but depending on a boxer's fighting style, they are still major factors. Boxing requires comparable durability to American football, but admittedly more nerve and significantly greater hand-eye coordination. In many ways, a boxer is an athlete operating at peak competitive physical performance.
JJ's got the
Yeah,
free
Simon.
gas
There
right
we
there.
go.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's all he wanted. The whole video.
all I
That's
wanted
all
to
Yeah,
he
hear.
wanted.
that's JJ picked this video.
all-
Yeah. He was like, oh, boxing #1. Yeah, guys, play it, roll it up.
I'd argue football should be higher just because they have to do a football Twitter.
Oh yeah, true. That alone brings it to number 2.
Yeah.